Hello ladies and gentlemen, StarCraft back bringing you some pro games, some all the pro stuff that's been happening in the pro worlds. We got StarTale Life versus MMA. Should be of Team Acer unless something weird's happened recently. And it's pretty exciting. There's been a bunch of big tournaments putting out the replays. We've got some stuff from the Asus ROG group stages I'll be going through, as well as the RIT Mix RSL. We had some even more top players than that, including great players like this. No, come back here, mouse. So anyways, MMA and Life. Life regarded as between number 1 and number 2 top Zerg player right now. Guess it depends on who you ask. And MMA, who has always been a top dog. I'm still waiting for him to win some tournaments for me here. Was a lot of weirdness going on with MMA back kind of in the Slayers days. Excuse me, when that team kind of broke up and all the controversy going on. I am glad that he managed to find himself a good team that gives him a lot of play action, sends him off to these tournaments. Makes it far more enjoyable to go through. Went back to the standard replay casting format. Generally don't want to change it up too much on everybody. I think it gets kind of wonky. So if I start seeing a lot more casts and a lot more replays start going the other direction, I might change it up just to make it more comfortable on people. But what the hell do I care? Where did that... Oh, I guess it's going to be a command centre on the top ground. Top ground. And Life, obviously playing fearlessly. Nothing to worry about at this stages. He has not scouted the Terran. MMA is known for doing some really interesting proxy-based action. I've seen him do some really great proxy Reaper and bunker rushes. This map is notorious for a Reaper play. Very easy for you to put your racks in a couple of good spots, and then you are doing fine. This is pretty much my go-to Terran build right now, though I don't play Terran as much. Trying to get into the Protoss, hoping to become a fairly solid, crappy, random player. The best of the crappy. It just allows me to have a little bit more fun, give a little bit more different content quality to people. That gas looks like it went down shortly after the barracks. It's not looking like it's going to be able to pick up enough gas for a Reaper right away, but we'll see how close it gets. Akalon Wastes, where series go to finish. I guess I should say that this is a best of 5 series, as a lot of things are casted. And because I can't cast all these best of 5 series, I'm just casting the ones that look interesting to me, and this happens to be game 5. So whoever wins within this game here turns out to be the overall winner. So that's a little exciting, right? It's an interesting place to leave the Overlord. Probably great at spotting any type of early pressure. Generally, I would be sending it down here to go for a late scout and to check out for the third base. Handful of links out on the map. Might be a little bit surprised that there hasn't been any form of Reaper play, but the Hellions will be out no matter at some point. I think this bunker should go down. 6 lings might be enough to put some pressure on it. There are 2 Marines. Running by doesn't really do you much good. There's slow lings. Oh, there's 8. Maybe he's got a plan that I'm not aware of. Ooh. He must have timed this out well. He does seem to have enough lings to deal with this. Great micro. Uh-oh. Didn't quite shut that down. That's alright. Still, I consider that a pretty good hold by MMA. Very sexy SEV micro to keep it alive. I'm sure that Life has planned this build out a little bit. Oh, even doesn't finish off the supply depot to trap the rest of the lings. Cute. I like it. I'm sure Life planned that build out, so if you get 8 lings on this bunker with 1 or 2 Marines, that it will take it down. The best case scenario for him, though, is to lose 8 lings for 1 or 2 Marines in the bunker, and this lifts up, and the next Marines that come out are good. The only thing that's really interesting that you can sometimes get away with against Terran is they might only make 1 or 2 Marines at the start of a game, just like this. Uh-oh. Come on, computer. I know you're not happy with me right now, but you're going to have to deal with it. It's like he's looking for Overlords, but that guy's still out in the middle of nowhere. This is generally when you're going to be seeing an Overlord shift into this position here. As I had mentioned, you can sometimes catch 1 or 2 Marines out on the map, and therefore really punish an aggressive Terran. This third base is going to go down. There's no roaches, there's no speed finished yet, So these Hellions will do just fine, even though there's just 2 of them. They're not going to be too worried about dying. Life is a big proponent of getting that creep spread moving along. Got the great multitasking that allows that. 4 active creep tumors already. By the time those 4 are ready to move, you should have a couple more ready to go. Moving the overlords around. I'm halfers on the overlord spread against the Terran. I'm starting to incorporate a lot more... Ooh, we see Hellbats on the way. I'm starting to incorporate a lot more Viking play. Nice cancels. I think those are cancelled. Putting in the Viking play, just running around the map, you can get a lot of kills on these freestanding overlords because there's nothing that's going to stop them in the near future. Lots and lots of Hellbats. This looks like it's just going to be some sort of timing, but he has got dropships, so he might be going for the most old school of the old school timings. Let's see if he actually sees the Hellbats come out here. Maybe watching Life's vision, see if he catches the Hellbats.
Our forces are under attack.
Doesn't appear so. Because he didn't, these 2 medevacs filled with Hellbats. They're not blue flame. We'll see if they get any damage in. There is still no roaches out yet. Life, from what I remember, is one of those players that really likes to skip roach tech. I say skip like it's a choice. A lot of people have to go roaches against Terran in the early game just because of how important it is in dealing with this kind of light army pressure. 4 queens up here, though, is pretty massive. And Life cleans up these Hellions as the micro on the medevacs was more important. You should be able to use these Hellbats to deny creep, but that's really not the point. This is quite an investment that really hasn't paid off at all. Good drop and clear out some watchtowers. Shits and orbitals. The crawl in the base. I've also noticed that Life likes doing this as opposed to the spore crawler. There's the Viking I was talking about. 1 random queen going a little bit too far. This Viking was this kill number 1. He should be able to get maybe 1 or 2 more. This is kind of cute for doing the Hellbat creep deny, but it's kind of a high investment creep deny. There's a 3rd base just moving over now for MMA. Looks as though he's going to go into some heavy bio, just as we see the Spire come out for Life. Probably quite predictable. At a pro level, it's not often you go Ling, Baneling, and then Roach Hydra. It's just not the way it goes. MMA is super well known. He made his name as an expert in drops. These Lings are going to have a bad day if they come in here. I do see some Widow Mines out. Let's see if he gets 1 mule. 2 mules, actually. That's very successful. Ooh. Nice snag on that side. For the greater good. Wow, that is not a very happy Marine. Stimpack's about to finish up. Do we have the upgrades on the way? I'll do like the Widow Mine production. The armory is down, but do we even have engineering bays out? Yes, we do. Yep, 2-2 should be started. There we are. 2-2 is on the way. So that's pretty good. This Viking is still on just 2 kills. He got a little lazy. Pretty even on upgrades right now. There are Banelings morphing right where you can see them. He does have to cancel, which is a little bit unfortunate. I've been noticing a lot more Zerg players, woo, get caught. Sorry, getting caught with, great Widow Mine shot. Their Banelings morphing in the wrong spot. 10 mutas on the way. It's a pretty healthy batch for the first run. Widow Mines are almost recharged again. Let's see how Life deals with this. It's not a really big army from MMA, but it can deal a lot of damage. The Hellbats should deal with the Lings well enough. It's the Baneling hits that matter. And these Marines can't die either. I see there's just that 1 Ling running around, seeing if he can trigger off a mine or find the army. Nicely hidden in the brush. I have myself a steam whistle beer. If you never heard of it, it is a great Canadian beer. Not like a microbrewery necessarily, but still pretty fab regardless. Baneling's speech just about to finish up, and then we should see this army get really squished. Big Widowmine hits. Well, they cleared up all the ground army from the Zerg, but also cleaned up all the ground army from the Terran. Pretty good job here of denying this creep, otherwise it's going to get really out of control. He's almost down to the 5th base there of the Terran player. I'd give MMA a slight bit of a lead here. It does have that comfortable 4th base up and going. He's going to get down to some crawlers here, because I'm sure at this point, because he's driven the Terran back, he's anticipating the drops that are going to come at him, which would not be too unthinkable. Command center. This guy's moving just fine. Turrets are up on that side. No turrets on this side, but the army rallies to the front, so that should be alright. But there's also no turrets in the back. So nice run around with these incredibly large amounts of... Whoa, no, come back, mouse. Of mutas, who do a really good job. Oh, these Widow Mines could be pretty bad on both sides. Baneling's rolling in. This is where a whole positioning on the Marauder might be a good idea. Oh, pretty big Baneling hits there. Wasn't managing to target fire those down well enough. Life's got a huge supply lead right now. Creep's still going. Doesn't have a queen out here at the front. Oh. Widowmine's back in action. MMA is going to really rely on great Widowmine hits here. Very smart movement here by Life to try to draw out these Widowmine hits. There's still a lot loaded up here. But the DPS of this bio army is cutting down a lot of these small Ling run bys. Ooh, don't go for a drop right into the mutas. Snipes the Widowmine at the cost of a muta. That Widowmine killed a lot of bio. See, I love Widowmines, but once they fire and they're done, how are you going to deal with that kind of army follow-up? That's just so many mutas. Just relentless attacking here. Doesn't even have to be that cost effective. When you have this many mutas at this level, you can just camp the production facility. He's not going to be making enough Marines. They're just walking to their death right now too. He's not even having these attack. I think MMA's done. If I had to guess, he's just riding it out to check. Oh, macro. Manor hatches. There's the GG. So the game and the series goes to Life. Good play, solid play, just was really aggressive when he needed to. And those just Widowmines, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. They didn't get the opportunities to really kill the army like they needed to, and they're still all over the map. They just can't shut down great macro aggression like this. Hope you guys like that. We should have some more games from the pro world of StarCraft 2 coming up real soon.